Hello friends, and welcome to Retirement Mile by Mile. Today I'm going to tell you about a trip we booked to the Phong Nha Caves in Vietnam. We've booked a few trips through Viator during our travels, and this one worked out great. It had 3 different parts to it, but the company also offered to drive us from Dong Hoi, where we were staying, all the way to where the tour started in Phong Nha. So the first thing I want to show you is that this is a very cool town that has a lot of hostels and a lot of adventure sports going out of there. So it would have been a great place to stay, but we are staying at the beach. So the first thing when we got there is that they took us to botanical gardens. Now this, I could have made a whole day of hiking out of this area, or a half day. If we were closer, we probably would have done that. But it had great trails, and the destination was a waterfall. And the waterfall, to get down to it, was quite a rock scramble. So that was a lot of fun, and it was a very pretty waterfall, and we were just very pleased with this stop. But it continued. The next thing was the first cave that we were going to, which was Paradise Cave. Now this cave is huge, and the part that you go through with this tour is 1 kilometer, but the cave itself is over 30 kilometers long. There's a longer trip that you could book for 7 kilometers, but we did, this is the basic trip, and it was very well maintained, wooden platforms. There's a lot of steps in it. Here you can see the opening to the cave is very small, but once you get inside, it is just huge, and it has all kinds of stalactites, stalagmites. It is just gorgeous, and it blew us away. Like, I have never been in a cave that big before. So we had a great time there, and then we had a break for lunch, and they did a very nice lunch, kind of served family style, which worked out great. We had some wonderful traveling companions. We really enjoyed talking to people from all over the world. And then it was time for our last cave, which was the dark cave. Now there were 2 ways to get to this dark cave. Either you could kayak, which is what we chose, a very peaceful way, or you could zip line in, and a lot of the people on our trip did the zip line. And then you had to do a short swim into the cave. Once you got there, you had headlamps with lights on them, and we were led into a very narrow portion of the cave that was just covered in mud. So it was an exciting trip down this very narrow kind of slot in the cave with mud everywhere, and at the end you got to a mud bath pool. So we all enjoyed that a lot. It is a very, very unique experience. And then we ended up with swimming and some zip lines and other water features there at the park. So this trip was just a really fun adventure, something we probably couldn't have planned on our own. So we appreciate Green Adventures, did a great job, and we booked it via Viator. So thanks for watching. Okay.